You are lying in bed. It is late. Nothing is wrong. And then your brain leans over and says, "Hey, remember that thing you said in 2014? And you do. You remember all of it. You remember the room. You remember who was standing there. You remember the exact face they made. You cannot remember what you had for lunch last Tuesday. But this is in 4K. So here is the question. Why does your brain keep this one? Out of everything you have ever done, why this? The answer is going to sound strange at first. Your brain did not keep it by accident. It kept it on purpose, and it thought it was helping you. Let me show you what is happening. Most of your life does not get saved. Think about that for a second. You have lived thousands of days. You can properly remember maybe a few hundred moments. Your brain throws almost everything away. It has to. There is not enough room. So it needs a rule. Something that decides, save this, delete that. And the rule is simple. Your brain saves what you feel. There is a small part deep in your head called the amygdala. Think of it as an alarm. It watches everything you do, and it only cares about one thing. Does this matter? When nothing much happens, the alarm stays quiet. The memory fades. But when you feel something strong, the alarm goes off, and it does something clever. It tells the memory system, this one. Write this one down properly. Press hard. Fear does it. Joy does it. And shame does it more than almost anything. So, when you said the wrong thing in front of everyone, your brain did not think this is embarrassing, let it go. Your brain thought this is important, save it. You did not choose to keep that memory. Your alarm chose for you. But that only explains why it was saved. It does not explain why it still hurts, because it does hurt. Not like sadness, like something physical. Your chest goes tight. You feel hot. Sometimes you actually say something out loud to make it stop. That is not you being dramatic. Something real is happening. Researchers ran a study where people played a simple ball game on a computer with 2 other players. Then, partway through, the other 2 stopped throwing them the ball. That was it. That was the whole cruelty. It was a small thing. The players were strangers. Some were even told the others were not real. And their brains lit up in the same places that light up when your body is in pain. Let me say that again, because it is the important part. Being left out did not just feel a bit like pain. It ran through some of the same wiring. Your brain files social pain in the same drawer as physical pain, which sounds like a design fault. Until you ask why. Here is the part that changes how this whole thing looks. Go back far enough and you did not live in a house. You lived in a group. 30 people, maybe 40. That group was everything. It was your food, your safety, your warmth at night. And if that group pushed you out, you did not simply feel sad. You died. So being disliked was not an emotional problem. It was a survival problem. It was the same category as fire, and heights, and deep water. Now look at your brain again. It has one alarm system for things that can kill you: falling, burning, being cast out. And it has one memory rule: save whatever the alarm reacts to. So, when you were 14 and you said something stupid and the room went quiet, your brain did the most sensible thing it knows how to do. It grabbed that moment, it marked it, and it filed it under, do not let this happen again. That is what cringe is. Cringe is not your brain breaking. Cringe is your brain protecting your place in the group, using a rule that was written before we had houses, or language, or words like awkward. It is not a glitch. It is a very old piece of safety equipment, still running, in a world it does not understand anymore. And that is the strange, unfair part. Because the danger is gone. Nobody is going to throw you out of the tribe for what you said at a party. But the alarm does not know that. It only knows that it worked. You survived. So, it keeps the file. Now, there is one more thing, and this is the part that should make you feel better tonight. You are the only person who has that file. Researchers asked people to put on an embarrassing t-shirt and walk into a room full of strangers. Then they asked them, how many people do you think noticed? Then they asked the strangers. The people in the shirt guessed about double. They thought they were being watched far more than they were. And the reason is almost funny. Everyone else in that room was busy worrying about how they looked, busy replaying their own 2014. You have spent years cringing about a moment that everyone else deleted within a week. They deleted it because their alarm never went off. Nothing important happened, not to them. You are the star of your own memory. You are an extra in everyone else's. Now, let me answer the other half of this. the part nobody explains. Why is it always at night? It is never at 11 a.m. You are never in a shop picking up milk. And your brain says, hey, 2014. It waits. It waits until the lights are off and you have nothing left to do. There is a reason for that. Your brain has a background job. When you are not busy with anything, it does not switch off. It goes somewhere else. It starts thinking about people. Who likes you? Who is annoyed with you? Where you sit in the group? Whether you are safe. This runs quietly all day, underneath everything. You just cannot hear it because you are busy. Work, traffic, your phone, someone talking to you. Then you get into bed. The noise stops. The tasks stop. And for the first time all day, that background job is the loudest thing in the room. So it opens the files it cares about most. And the files it cares about most are the ones where you nearly lost your place in the group. That is why it feels like an ambush. It is not an ambush. It was running the whole time. You just finally went quiet enough to hear it. And it explains something else. Ever notice the memories get worse when you are tired or after a hard week? When you are worn out, the calm part of your brain does not push back as hard. The alarm gets the room to itself. Same memory, weaker defense. So why does it not fade? Here is the last piece. Every time you pull a memory up, your brain does not just play it. It opens the file, and when you put it back, it saves it again. Which means every replay is a small rewrite. And if you feel the shame again while you are remembering, you have just told your alarm. Still important, still dangerous. Keep it near the front. You are not remembering it because it is strong. It is strong because you keep remembering it. That sounds bleak. It is not. It is the way out. Because the file gets resaved with whatever you feel at the time. So if the memory arrives and you do not add the panic, if you notice it and let it sit there and do not argue with it, you are saving a slightly quieter copy. Not deleted, quieter. That is how this actually works. Nobody gets to delete. So, all together, your brain saves what you feel, and shame is one of the loudest feelings you have. It treats being disliked as a real danger, because for most of human history it was. It kept that moment to protect you, and every time you replay it, you sign the file again. The teenager who said the wrong thing did not do anything wrong. Their brain just did its job a little too well. You are not haunted, you are well protected, slightly too well. So, the next time it arrives at 2 a.m., you do not have to fight it. You do not have to win. Just know what it is, an old alarm in a quiet room, still doing the only job it has ever known. Now, I want to know yours. What is the one moment your brain still brings up at 2 a.m., years later? You do not have to say what happened. Just say the year. That is enough. I read every single comment.